What's going on, guys? Justin Woll here. I know you guys have been waiting for this 5K a day scaling system, so here it is. What's going on, Beyond Six Figures family? Justin Woll here once again. And today, guys, I'm super excited to show you my 5K plus a day scaling system that's helped generate over $20 million in Beyond Six Figures student sales. So guys, with no further ado, we're going to move on to the next slide, and I'm going to start showing you the entire system. But please keep in mind that it does get a bit confusing and a bit advanced. So please take notes and watch the video more than once, because that will totally help you. And if you guys like this system and you like this video, shoot a like down below just so you give me some more motivation to create more content like this. Let's get to it, guys. This system will not make a bad product good, but it will enable you to take a decent to great product much further and be able to scale it to much larger numbers, guys. A proven product research system like the one I teach in Beyond Six Figures is crucial for your success in e-commerce. It's not just testing, you need a system. If you look down below, guys, these are examples of some of my results as well as some of my student results from using a system just like this. Now, before we get to the scaling portion of the walkthrough, I wanted to introduce you guys to something that I call algorithmic targeting, which is the basic splitting up and conservation of Facebook's algorithm to enable us to scale more linearly. Now, guys, you probably haven't heard about this before. That's because I'm the only one who's talking about it right now. So algorithmic targeting, guys, you heard it first at Beyond Six Figures. Now, first off, guys, the sweet spot between every single audience is 800K to 5 million. So keep that in mind when you're creating your initial interest ad sets. Each its own audience and each its own budget. I'm going to give you guys a small walkthrough of how to start off your algorithmic targeting campaigns. One, we have the neck flex. What the neck flex is, guys, is all the fundamental and foundational keywords into one column. Okay, so let's talk about the dog niche. If we're in the dog niche, our neck flex column will consist of the keywords dogs, dog bowl, dog leash, dog collar, dog food, okay? All the fundamentals of each niche, okay? So in the dog niche, it was the following. Now, keep in mind, algorithmic targeting, guys, we're not mixing different types of keywords together, okay? We're only going out there and putting like keywords in the same column to preserve the algorithm. Facebook is an algorithmic system, and it works best when the algorithm is preserved, so it can work best off using that data. Now, guys, number two, we have our magazine flex, where we simply put all of the top magazines into this column, okay? Nothing else but magazines should be in this column to keep the magazine algorithm preserved, because we don't want to mix the magazine algorithm with a different type of algorithm, guys. Number three, we have the buyer's flex. And here's something interesting, guys. As you may know, a lookalike audience can't be created unless you have past data of purchasers or video viewers or something of that nature. I'm going to show you guys how to actually go out there and create a lookalike audience from scratch with zero sales. Very valuable, guys. And this is the audience that actually got my first store ever off the ground. It might get yours off the ground too. So with that being said, the buyer's flex is when you look on Facebook for people selling similar products to you. So let's say we are in the gardening niche, okay? You would go on Facebook and type in gardening, okay? Then you look through the other advertisements of other people selling similar products. And you look through the popular ones and look at the comments. Someone who indicates they bought has a different type of algorithm than someone who says they love the product, okay? Someone who says, oh my God, I love it, and someone who says, oh my God, I love it, I just got mine. This person bought, this person didn't. This person and this person have two different algorithms, guys, okay? Every single person on Facebook has a different type of algorithm. Excuse me there, just moving that out of the way. Everyone on Facebook has a different type of algorithm, guys, okay? So with that being said, you have to make sure that you're only putting similar algorithms together. So to go back on the buyer's flex, we're looking through the comments of someone who indicates they purchased. We click on their name, and then we go through and we go to their profile, okay? When you're looking at their profile, you're going to see a button that says more. You click the button that says more and scroll down to where it says likes. You go through their likes, and any page or group or brand or anything that relates to your niche in any way possible should be added to this column into this audience, because there's one proven buyer within that group, page, or brand. That means there's bound to be thousands more. So that way we're utilizing the data that we have of the algorithm to go out there and find other similar people. So this is what I call a handmade lookalike with no data. Now, guys, number four, we have website keywords. This column consists of any Facebook page that has a website of that brand on it. So let's say Nike, for example. If we go on Nike's Facebook page, they probably have their website on their Facebook page. And if they do have their website there, that indicates that this is a website keyword. And we will put Nike into this column known as the website keywords column, okay? Every single column I'm talking about here, column, is an audience that I want you guys to create. Okay, so this is just a broad walkthrough of what algorithmic targeting is. It goes a lot more in depth, but I wanted to keep it somewhat short for this video. Now, number 5 is affinity. If you actually go into Facebook Audience Insights inside your Facebook Ads Manager, you can click Audience Insights. Once you click Audience Insights, you simply go and type in your interest on the bottom. You'll see a spot where it says interest. You type in whatever your niche is. You then click page likes, okay? You scroll down and you look on the bottom right for where it says affinity. All of these pages and groups and audiences that you're going to be able to target are indirectly related to your niche, and you may have never thought that these audiences would actually correlate to your buyers. Okay, so with that being said, you're going to go ahead and view the first 8 that are targetable on Facebook and then narrow it, okay, flex it or cross it with the keyword that you typed in. So if we typed in dogs, right, and then we go out there and we see that there's 8 keywords that are there that are targetable on Facebook. We'll target all 8 of them. Then we'll narrow with the keyword dogs. And keep in mind, guys, we're going to aim to keep the audience size of every single one in between 800K and 5 million. Now, guys, I just went a little, I'm outside right now. I'm actually in the mountains right now. We're having a good time here. Check out the view, guys. It's actually pretty cool if you can see that. We have a nice view out here. Got a nice house for the week. I was here for a month, actually. But anyway, guys, now number 6, the mix broad, okay? You're going to add a bunch of randomized keywords from the initial keyword that you typed in. So let's say our niche is dogs again. We're going to type in dogs into the audience suggestions tab. So type in dogs where it says interest targeting. We then click suggestions. It will then feed us a bunch of different types of keywords that are algorithmically similar to that particular niche. This, guys, is known as, the algorithmically similar keywords, though people who are also interested in these keywords are also going to be interested in your niche. Now, guys, with that being said, you're going to take all of these keywords, or not all of them, a majority of them, and throw them into an audience, then narrow it down, okay, to meet the 800K to 5 million sized audience. But the catch is, mixed broad, these are only keywords above 1 million. So if it has anything less than 1 million, that's not going to go in this column. Only keywords above 1 million. Now, guys, number 7, we have the passion flex. You're going to use your judgment to determine which keywords are more passionate than others, okay? For example, for the gardening niche, we might have I love gardening, gardening tips, gardening know-how. All of these people are more interested in gardening than the average keyword and than the average consumer. So that's why they're going in this column, also known as the passion flex. Now, if you guys take a look down below, you'll see my breakdown in an Excel sheet of my targeting. I don't do my targeting in the back end of Facebook. I'll do it first in an Excel sheet to make sure it's all proper, laid out, and abiding by the algorithmic rules that I'm laying out for you now. So guys, these are 7 audiences that you can actually use to get your first sales or even scale your business by doing this type of algorithmic targeting on Facebook. Okay, guys, so give this a shot, and this is going to lead into our next step of the process. So you guys are probably asking yourself, what is my budget for this algorithmic targeting setup? And I'll tell you guys right now. What I do is I use $25 to $50 when testing on my budget, okay? I understand not everyone wants to do $25 to $50 on every single ad set. So what you would do is start with $5 to $10 depending on your financial situation, okay? You're also going to be doing 1-day click for this setup in USA, Australia, Canada, and UK. Okay, guys, so those are what you're going to be doing. You're also going to be doing Facebook feed only. I know my head is actually blocking some of my PowerPoint here, so I just reiterated it to you. So make sure you write those things down, guys, and let's get to the next step. Also, guys, I just wanted to bring up real quick before we move on to the next step that I want you to take a look at the top right, okay? I have a screenshot of some of my ads, okay? And no, these are not lookalike audiences. These are straight interest targeting ad sets using my algorithmic targeting approach. Okay, guys, when you split up the algorithm, Facebook is going to read through your audience a lot more efficiently, and you'll be able to scale a lot more linearly. take a look at the first one. We got a 247 ROAS, okay, return on ad spend. That's insane, guys, on 48 cents spent. So take a look at the other ones as well. They're all less than $2 spent. Most of them are less than $2 spent, and the ROAS on them is completely insane because we're getting sales from the initial spend because of how well we're preserving the algorithm, okay, guys? This is an entirely new concept I haven't seen anyone talk about. So this is something big for you guys. I know it's going to be a breakthrough, so please, please, please implement the algorithmic targeting startup that I gave you guys previously, okay? There's a lot more that goes into it that is inside the Beyond Six Figures University, but today I'm going to give you guys, the fundamentals of it just so you can start making more money. On to the next piece of the process, guys. Now, guys, once you launch these ads, you're probably wondering, how do I know when to scale them and how do I know when to kill them? So I'm going to show you guys how to actually know when to kill them before we actually know when to scale them. So after 3 days of running algorithmic targeting adverts without sales, the general rule that you can follow to know when you should kill specific ads are the following. After 24 hours, no view content, kill that advert. After 48 hours, no add to carts, kill that advert. And after 3 days, 72 hours, no purchases, you may kill that advert, okay? I'm going to be explaining some other KPIs, key performance indicators, later in this system. So for now, this is what you guys should know. A little change of scenery, guys. It was actually raining outside. I didn't want to get the laptop all wet, so I moved inside to the loft. It's actually pretty cool in here. All this is handmade and handcrafted, straight wood. It's really, really cool. All of this stuff is, just straight from nature. I love it. That's why I love coming to, the woods and the mountains and stuff, because it's always reminding me, where everything's coming from, and reminds you where you're from as well. Just little something about me. Anyway, guys, when to keep ads running with no sales. If your ads don't get sales by day 3, but their KPIs are optimal based on my benchmarks, you're going to give them an extra 2 days as long as it maintains positive KPIs each day. The KPIs are going to be explained on the next slide, and I'm going to show you that right now. Should I kill my advert with no sales? Here are some main KPIs to keep in mind during that 3-day period, as well as after, to ensure that your ads are doing optimal. Now, guys, first off, we have CTR link, okay? Aim for at least 1.4%. CTR link, okay? Not just CTR, CTR link. It does matter. There's a difference. CPP, cost per purchase, should obviously be below profit margin on 1 unit sold. Guessing you don't have any post-sale sequences, etc. in place, because I do talk about a system where we could break even or go negative on the front end, but make all our profit on the back end, which is an awesome system, an awesome, thing I've been able to do. Now, guys, CPM, cost per impression, should be less than $15, okay? Optimally, should be less than 15. ROAS, okay, return on ad spend, aim for at least 2. The higher, the better. The higher return on ad spend, the better, of course. And CPC, cost per click, we're aiming for at most 50 cents, okay? The lower the cost per click, the better, okay? If it goes above 55, 60 cents, that's getting a bit expensive, okay, guys? So I really don't look at this other than when I'm testing. So if you're at, 60 cents to 55 cents or less, you're okay. But anything more near $1, that's not really going to be optimal. So you really want to keep an eye on that advertisement. And your website purchase conversion value. What you're going to be able to do here, guys, is actually see the quality of traffic that you're getting and what type of AOV your store is also getting. Because you could spend maybe $5, $10, $15 on ads, but it could have converted a $400 product, while another ad got more sales but converted less high margin products. So in that case, your other ad that only got 1 sale is possibly getting fed better quality traffic because of the way you targeted. So you might want to take a look at that and consider that as well. And guys, on the right here, you actually see one of my students, Ayer. He did over 5K in 1 day using a system just like this in my program. So guys, there's a lot of money to be made out there, and I'm really hoping that you guys can use this system and use whatever else I'm going to be coming at you guys to make this stuff happen. There's no limits to e-commerce. It's all possible, guys. There's no cap and no ceiling. Let's make it happen, guys.
So in this portion, guys, I'm going to show you how to keep track of all of your KPIs, your key performance indicators. This is very important for organizational purposes and when you actually have to go out there and scale. So let's watch this video I made together. We are now going to set up our custom columns so we can read our KPIs very fluently and very accurately so you can scope out a good or bad ad in the testing phase. Now, go over here and click columns. Then go all the way down and click customize columns. This is where we're going to add all of our preferred headers. Now this is what you guys need to do. You got to type in here in the search bar everything that I have over here. And then you're going to check it off, okay? And then order it how I have it ordered. So campaign name, delivery, results, reach, website purchases, cost per result, budget, amount spent, website purchases, conversion value, website purchase ROAS, return on ad spend, CTR link, very important, CTR link click-through rate, CPM, CPC, link clicks, relevance score, and then ends and schedule. So make sure you guys have it set up exactly in this order. It's going to help you out a lot in the long run. Now remember, you just go ahead and search for it in here, check it off, it's going to add it to the bottom, and then you could use this little tab to go ahead and then reorder everything that you need to reorder. And then once you're done with that, guys, you're going to hit Save as Preset, and then title it Beyond 6 Figures KPIs. And then go ahead and hit Apply. Okay, guys, so I hope you got that down. I also recommend adding view content, add to cart, and purchase to the mix as well.
Okay, guys, now for the part you've all been waiting for, when to scale your ads. So any advert that gets a sale within our 3-day testing period is a qualifier to be scaled. Now take a look to the right, guys. You'll see that I have some ads of mine on the top right. Okay, these are all very young embryonic ads that got very good ROAS. Okay, with good ROAS indicates the capability to scale it. Okay, guys, so always take note of the ROAS when you're looking to scale. Now, first thing I want you to do when you have ROAS of 2 or higher on an ad set and it has a sale within the 3-day period, what you're going to do is duplicate that ad that got the sale and positive ROAS, typically 2 or higher, to a 50% higher budget or double the budget depending on your ability to spend. I used to edit, but duplicating has been working a lot better for me recently. Number 2 thing you need to do, guys, is keep the advert that got the sale running. A lot of people will kill that ad and then rely on the one that we scale to do really well. What I like to do is not touch the initial ad set that we duplicated it from, because that will be our insurance ad. If the ad that we duplicate and scale doesn't do well, we can always rely on our initial ad. And you don't have to worry about driving your own costs up and competing with your own ads, because there's such a small budget on the initial ad that it really won't make a difference. Now, guys, the third thing I want you to do is, since we're using algorithmic targeting here, I want you to take every single keyword inside the algorithmic targeting ad set that got the sale and put each single interesting keyword into its own new ad set, into a new campaign. Yes, I know my head's blocking my wording, so make sure you're listening and taking notes. So let's say we have an ad set that got a sale, and that sale came from the magazine ad set. You'll then take every individual magazine keyword and make a new campaign, and each audience will have its own ad set. Okay, so let's say we have magazine A, magazine B, magazine C. That means magazine A will have its own ad set and its own budget. Magazine B will have its own ad set and its own budget. And magazine C will have its own ad set and its own budget inside a brand new campaign, guys, okay? And this is known as individual keyword targeting. And it's going to do very well once we're complementing it with our algorithmic targeting. It's going to show us where the sales are coming from and can actually help us scale out and up a lot easier, guys. So make sure you do this. This is step number 3, and it's very, very important. Now, also keep in mind, guys, again, after 24 hours, no view content, kill the ads. 48 hours, no add to carts, kill the ad. 72 hours, no purchase, kill the ad. The same thing goes for all of these types of duplicates that we're making when we're scaling. Okay, guys? So just to reiterate, for number 1, duplicate the ad that got a sale with positive ROAS to a 50% higher budget. Or you can double the budget depending on your ability to spend if you have a good bank. Okay, 2, keep the advert that got the sale running, guys, and do not touch it. That's our insurance ad. And 3, take every single interest from the ad that got the sale and put it into a new campaign. Each individual keyword will have its own ad set within that campaign, enabling it to actually go out there and test the budget on each of the individual interests. Very lucrative stuff here, guys. Now let's go on to the next step of the process. Now let's talk about maintaining these automatic bidding ad sets. You should continuously implement the previous scaling strategy until you see a decrease in ROAS. The key is killing ad sets fast that don't work for you once you validate it should be killed, and scaling when the ad set meets my criteria and my KPIs. Now take a look to the right, guys. These are more of my ads that got incredible ROAS just off of the algorithmic targeting approach with the exact scaling approach I'm showing you guys, okay? So keep this in mind. Let's make some money and stay consistent and follow a proven system. Now for phase 2 of scaling our ad sets. So guys, once our automatic bidding ad sets start to take a drip and they start to go down and we're not seeing the type of ROAS and results that we did initially, they need to be revived. And what we can do to revive them is actually manual bid. So once you see a significant drop in the profitability of your automatic bidding ad sets, we commence manual bidding. So we're actually going to choose lowest cost and then bid 2x your average cost per purchase on your past automatic bidding ad sets. If you guys take a look at the bottom, I have an example layout of what you should select. Now, I know there was a new update. I still have this one. Facebook hasn't given me the new update yet. So what that means is if you have this one, you choose lowest cost, set bid cap, and then do your bid as you should, right where it says, number per purchase. If you have the new update, it's going to give you the option to choose bid or another option. You're going to choose the bid option, okay? Always choose bid if you have the new update, okay? So it's going to have another option, and then bid, you select bid. Now, what you're going to do is all of your ad sets with ROAS of 2, 2.1, 2.4, 2.8, anything within the 2 ROAS goes to get grouped together into a new campaign that will be a manual bidding campaign, okay? So let's say we have ROAS of 3, 3.6, 3.7, 3.4, 3.2. Everything with 3 in it will go and get grouped together in a new campaign in a new manual bidding ad set. So let me explain a little bit more in depth with that. Combine all your ad sets with similar ROAS into one audience for each ROAS KPI number. For example, all ad sets or audiences with ROAS of 2 to 2.9 or anything in between go in one ad set, and all ad sets with ROAS of 3 to 3.9 and anything in between go in another ad set, and so on for this manual bidding strategy. Your budget will be $1,000. Optimal audience size is 5 million to 20 million for this manual bidding strategy, but you can still do it with the initial threshold of 800K to 5 million. 800K is the absolute minimum. And then bid 1.5 to 2x your average auto CPP cost per purchase to start. You will slowly be increasing the bid until it's spending fluently. If it's spending too fast, you'll be decreasing it by $1 to $3. And if it's spending too slow, you'll increase it by $1 to $3. This particular strategy has literally helped me triple my revenue and profits overnight as well as over the course of only a few days, guys. If this works for you, send me a message and I'll help you scale it even further. That's awesome, okay? If it's working for you, send me a message, I'll help you out. Also, manual bid may run a loss day 1, but once the ad gets optimized by day 2, you should be running profit with a product that sells efficiently. If it's not running profit by hour 48, I totally recommend killing the campaign and possibly going back to automatic bidding and trying manual bidding at a later time. Monitor bid every 5 to 30 minutes because you'll probably spend around 20 to 40% of the budget throughout the day, depending on how high you have the bid set. 100% of the budget will be spent if the product takes off massively. This means if there's a lot of demand for your product and it's a hands-down winner, it'll spend 100% of the budget, and you might have to double the budget come the following day to maybe 2,500 so you could get even higher revenue. If that happens to you, send me a message. I'll also help you with that. I highly suggest getting familiar with manual bidding, guys, because this is where the big numbers are made. Take a look in the middle. This is one of my many manual bidding campaigns doing very, very nice numbers, okay, and maintaining great ROAS. The ROAS is 2 to 3, which is good. It's not as high as we had before, like 200 ROAS, but that's because we're getting so many sales here that the ROAS is averaging out and then compiling and being, fluid. So that's about it for this section, guys. I'll see you in the next one. What's going on, guys? If you made it this far, you totally deserve a bonus manual bidding strategy. So that's what I'm about to give you right now. But before we actually go out there and talk about the new manual bidding strategy, I want to address something that might give some people some confusion. So in the last slide, we talked about how we're actually going to go out there and add all of the successful audiences from our automatic bidding campaigns to our new manual bidding campaign and ad set. We are going to do the following, okay? Let's say you have some flexes in there, you have some narrow downs, you have a bunch of keywords in there, okay? You're going to take all of them and put them into the new manual bidding strategy with no narrowing at all. It's just going to be one big block of successful keywords, okay? So let's say you were narrowing in the initial automatic bidding campaign. When we move over to the new manual bidding campaign, the narrows just become part of the conglomerate here. There's going to be no narrows in this campaign. Also, guys, this bonus manual bidding strategy, it's called a broad keyword manual bidding strat. Okay, so let's say we're in the dog niche. We're going to take the most broad keyword we can possibly think of for our niche and make that the only keyword we're going to be targeting for this manual bidding ad set. It should be around a 10 million size audience. If it's any bigger or any smaller, that's fine. The minimum it could be is around 1 million. There's not really too much of a cap for it because I'm guessing if you're at this part and you're testing this out, you probably have a decent amount of purchase data. So a larger audience will serve us well. And guys, you're going to commence the manual bidding strategy just with that type of targeting. Okay, guys, so try that. and use the other manual bidding systems that I talked about previously, just with this niche breakdown. So that's about it for this, guys. Now, before the system ends, guys, I just want to say a few things. First of all, congratulations and thank you for following my offerings and joining my programs that have led to over $20 million in student sales. The stuff we're sharing in here is second to none, guys. And literally, we have the most consistent results in the industry when it comes to student results and people actually making money. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about enrolling into a certain program. Also, guys, if your product has true market demand, this system will take you in your business to the next level. So please watch the video a few times to ensure you understand this process fully. And guys, I'm actually going to make a follow-up video talking about lookalike audiences so I can show you guys how to scale it even further. So with no further ado, guys, congratulations. Put a like down below, put a comment down below, and I'll be able to make a lot more content like this if you do that. Honestly, even if you don't do that, I'll still make more content for you guys. So that's about it for me. Justin Woll here, founder of Beyond Six Figures, and I'll see you guys on the other side of success. Thank you for watching.